Welcome back to our channel, everyone. It's December 3, 2019, and we are here again to talk about your favorite stocks. Uh, Earlier today, around 12 o'clock, we also had our live session discussing our midday insights while the market was on break. But now we are back again to talk about our overall impression on your favorite stocks. Okay, and as always, I would like to go back to our friends here in our Facebook page so that we can hold on one second so we can invite our followers in Facebook. Hi guys, join me as we go live on YouTube. There you go. All right. Okay. So also, earlier today I requested some of our friends there in our Facebook page to start requesting for their favorite stocks, and I already have them handy. And let's just go ahead and set up our tools so I can also set up our charts over here. So while we wait for everyone to join, okay, I hope everyone is safe. Uh, this afternoon the rain was so heavy in our area, but right now so quiet. I think the typhoon is already out. Last time, really, I think 30 minutes ago, there was an update. It's already in Coron area. So please stay safe, everyone. Okay. All right. There you have it. So let's talk about PSEI first. So before we proceed with our insights today, I reviewed my insights this afternoon, and we were in fact correct that when I said that the market is having a difficult time challenging or breaking the resistance because there were three resistance um, that are close to each other in this area. One is the MA50 line, MA20, and then the MA100 at the topmost. That's already within the area. So true enough, we ended the day red when it touched here, because what I have here right now, what's left is the MA20 line that's built in our Bollinger Band. When the market or when the price hit the MA20 level, there was some rejection and now it went down. So what does this imply? So for the newbies, when we say Philippine Stock Exchange Index, when we talk about index, it's like a basket where you have all the blue chip companies in there. So around top 30 blue chip companies that consist the index. So what this implies is that majority of those blue chip companies are either on negative today, or if they may have moved on a positive, or if they may have moved positively today, it's going to be minimal, right? But overall, the biggest players may have encountered a decline in the price today because of how the index has ended in today's market. Okay, so let's start with the first request. Let me just open that. Okay, let me just open it because we already had some requests here. Okay, so the first one was from Rodrigo Lumabas, one of our friends here in our Facebook page, JFC and DMC. Okay, let's talk about JFC. Okay, so yep, we mentioned earlier that this area is a short-term resistance for JFC, and yes, it ended on a decline today. It's a red candlestick today, and most likely it will go back to the 188 area and see if we will have some stabilization there. 187, 188. Let's just peg it at 187 over here. Okay, so let's see when the price hits that area, this area. Let's observe if we still have the same direction for our RSI. So RSI is already giving us some advanced signals that it's now showing some bullish divergence. So the momentum is starting to pick up while the price is just stabilizing within the area. So let us see now when it reaches around 187. We want to have a pattern that still looks like this, showing in an upward direction. Okay, so take note, guys, when you are engaged in the stock market, we have some forecasts, right? But those things don't happen overnight. So your signals will give you, your indicators will give you advanced signals, but it might take a few days for it to materialize. Okay, so just watch out what happens at around 187.65. Anyway, we're here almost every day to talk about our insights, and we'll see what the indicators suggest by that time. Let's talk about DMC. DMC also trying to stabilize in the area where it is at right now. This is actually a doji, and we're very near the support area. So this is the support that I'm seeing for this stock. You know, remember, it's an area, so it's like and slightly higher or slightly lower. Now, very simple. Once I see that, it tried to create a flat line over there, confirming the support, and then what you have here is a bullish signal for your RSI. So most likely you will have, you know, in the coming days, just within the area. So if you're interested in getting in the stock, this period is a perfect time. You can start accumulating, as we are now bound to reverse in the next few days. The next one is from Ian Tudlas, or Ian Tudlas. BPI, ACEX, and AC. BPI. Okay, BPI. Okay, notice this. Price was moving downwards for here, but your RSI is already moving in an upward direction, and actually it has already started to manifest that bounce that we have experienced in the past 2 days. It's already a manifestation that we are now really bound to move up. Now, movements in the Philippine market are really slow, so most likely it will first stabilize within the area right at this level, okay, before it continues to go up. So if you would like, you can start accumulating volume. Look at this. So this area also confirms that this is a support, that the line where I plotted it is in fact a support because of this, and this one too. So if you want to buy some more shares, this is the perfect time. The next one is ACEX. ACEX. Right, so I'm seeing a lot of joiners now. Hi Ian, I hope you heard that. I was mentioning your request from our Facebook page. So let me just go back to that page. So you requested for BPI, ACEX, and AC. Okay, and also I will take note of your request here in our chat window. Okay, so next would be ACEX. Okay, ACEX. Okay, now let me see. Is this really going up now? Oh no, still on a decline for ACEX, but let us see. Okay, still was moving downward. So let us see. Okay, because you know what, this is the area that I think it will bounce. Yeah. So let's see, because it's trying to create this a support at this level. So most likely it'll just dance around that area. I mean the price. It will move on a sideways, trying to stabilize and create a much stronger support at the area where it actually bounced. So this is already a good sign, but we just don't have that much volume. So if you want, you can start, accumulating ones. Do test buys and just be very strict with your stop loss levels. Meaning when the price movement goes the other way around, or let's say it goes further down, make sure to just cut your losses soon. Okay. But talking about risk to reward ratio, I would have to say this is already at an optimal level, because you already are at a cheap level. So if you really want to be conservative, this is the first line, first support. This is a second support that I see. Okay, so most likely, it won't be that far anymore. Actually, this is the next support that I see. There you go, 756, and then the first support is right at this level. Okay, so that's your condition. If you would like to have a lot of wiggle room, so you can enter here, and then probably the farthest you can go is up to this level. I don't know how much is that in terms of percentage. It's so high. So set your own rules. First of all, you have to know the reason why you're getting in. Okay, so if you really want to be conservative, enter at 756. If you want to ride the trend, if it's already going to reverse, you can give it a try at 860 to just make sure you follow your stop loss areas. The next one is AC. AC. Okay. Let me just greet everyone who just joined. Ian, Romeo, and yes, Ian over here. Okay, thank you guys for being on time. That's I'm sure the others will just follow. Okay, so I see a support over here in this level. This is a support. So I would have to say, following the concept of previous support will now act as a resistance. That actually is the situation today. We have a red candlestick. So there was some rejection that happened in that area. People might have taken profit, especially because yesterday we had a significant increase in the price. So where could it fall next? Okay, so I would have to say, let's see around the MA20 line, because we now have already crossed the MA20 level, meaning we might have a brand new support. I hope it doesn't go further downwards. So this one used to be a resistance here. It had some consolidation, and then there was a price breakdown, and then we recovered fast. So I would have to say most likely this will be your MA20 line, could act as your support area. Okay, so and overall, this one is Ayala Corporation. So it's one of the blue chip companies in the index. So you're safe with it. Either way, I would have to say wherever you enter right now with its current price, you are already getting it at a very discounted deal. Okay. At the same time, you notice we have 70.61 million foreign buying that happened today. So another promising move there. So next would be Jeffrey also requested for FNI and IRC. Okay. I'll just review that, then I'll transfer to your request. FNI. Okay, FNI looks like this is already bounced. First of all, First hint, we're already at the oversold level. Volume is significant today. There's a green candlestick. Okay, so we are now showing some positive signs of reversal. However, I would have to say it might move something like this. The movement might look like this. Up and then down. Try to stabilize first before up. Okay, so this is where it started the previous day, right? This is the start price, and it ended outside of the Bollinger Band. And remember the rule, for us to say that it is indeed reversing in the next 3 days, okay? After this red day, we should have a candlestick that will engulf this day. So in other words, today we ended here, tomorrow we could end, tomorrow we could probably have something like this, a line. I'll just do this. Probably have something like this tomorrow. I'll change the color so that okay, probably tomorrow something like this. Oops. So day 1, day 2 could be like this, and day 3 could be like this. Uy. Day 3 could be like this. Okay, so it's slightly higher. Let's make it a little higher. Okay, there you go. Okay, so for us to say that it is indeed going to reverse now. So red day ends outside of the Bollinger Band. Next 3 days should already show an engulfing candle. There you go. Okay. Now, let's proceed to your request, Ian. Wilcon and KPPI. Wilcon. For the others, if this is your first time to witness our daily stock market insights, please know that we are doing our best to do this every day, but so far we're, I think, at 80% consistent. If you have not subscribed yet to our channel, please do subscribe, and you can click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I go live. Okay, so to continue, Wilcon over here. So we had a price breakout that happened here. And what does it signify when you have a price breakout? Okay, so this used to be a resistance. Then eventually, when the stock retraces, okay, when it rests, most likely it will rest at this area. It will now create another support in that level. So that's the significance of really identifying the resistance and identifying whether your stock has in fact gotten out of that range, or what we call a breakout play or a momentum play. So what's happening right now is what we call a momentum play. Okay, all-time high. Would this be an all-time high? Yeah, looks like it. For 2019, you're now at the all-time high for this stock. Okay, so if you would like to wait, don't be a victim of FOMO, guys. At one point, I know it'll rest. So if you want, you can give it a try at 18.36 or anywhere between. I hope it's not that far, but yeah, 3.37. Maybe you can haggle somewhere here. Yep. But if you really want to be conservative with your play, 18.36 for me is the most recommended price. Okay, and the next one is KPPI. For KPPI, all right. I can't remember when I plotted this, but looks like I did that yesterday or a few days ago. But it actually respected the lines we've created here. Okay, so this is the support that we have plotted for KPPI. Okay, so after that drastic sell-off, or drastic sell-off, it finally found its true value, and it is currently doing some sideways movement. So you can say right now that the market value of this stock is really at around that 10 pesos, 10 to 12 pesos area. So if you want 10.75 to 11 would be a good entry price for this stock. Your RSI still looks healthy, somewhere in the mid range. It's currently sitting at the 44.49 area. So if you want to try it out, and if you feel that this is a good company to invest in, so 11 pesos would be a good price to go at, or 10.75. Okay, it's an area, guys, remember. Now, hi, hi, K Shill or Emerald. I hope you were able to hear KPPI. Just finished talking about it, but I'll definitely look into PNB. Now let's talk about East West, DNL, IRC, and Shell PH for Romeo. Okay, East West. All right, nice bounce for East West, along with a nice volume that we have for today. Let's see. It's currently sitting at this area. This is the support that we see for East West because of this and some consolidation that happened right at this area. So I would have to say this is already a good area to start accumulating volume. Start buying, and this is also a good company to invest in terms of long term. You know why? Because if I am going to zoom out, we are at the very, very low level for East West. Check that out. Very cheap level. At one point, it even reached the area of 24 pesos. And now, for the longest time, by the way, I'm looking at the weekly chart, just doing some sideways over here. So, just in case the market gives you a chance again back here at the 12.28 area, it's really a perfect time to buy. If it dips further down, I would have to say it won't really go any further uh, down. I mean, this is the lowest it took. Started moving upward. Your support on a weekly chart is already on a in an upward direction, right? It's very, very slow movement, but at least it's not when there are dips, it won't really hurt you emotionally because slight dips happen. So if you want to try this area, 12.77 is a good entry price. Also, if you want to be conservative, 12.32, which is the MA20 level at the moment in a weekly chart, is a good entry price. DNL. Let's go to DNL and check out the daily chart. There you go. Okay. So I would have to be extra careful with DNL. Although sometimes, when the price hits the MA20 line, it overshoots and goes slightly lower. Your RSI, your MA20 line somehow is pointing upward. So it's interesting. Now I'd like us to plot a line in this area. Okay. So if you want to give it a try in that level, see if the market gives you a chance at 8.70 pesos area. Okay, 8.70 pesos area. Because of this, we also have some significant areas here. 1, 2, 3, and of course some areas here. So most likely that will stand as our support. Now, if you want to get in, wait for the market to give you a chance at 8.70 level. Okay. Now, let us continue. IRC. For IRC, I would have to say this is just trying to create a solid support in this area. So we experienced that bounce and then it revisited the support level. This is the classic move, guys. So I will not be surprised. I would have to say this stock is really bound to move and continue moving in an upward direction. But if the market gives you a chance from where it is at right now to the support that we plotted here at 1.27, it's already a good time to accumulate volume. Okay, let's see if there's some good news around this. This company is involved in the subway. They'll build a subway in Makati, connecting to the different areas um, nearby. I think to BGC, to Mall of Asia. So this is going to be a very big project, and will definitely attract more foreign investors to the Philippine market. Okay, any improvement? Next. I am Emily SSI, definitely. I'll check that out for you. Okay, to continue, Shell PH. Okay, guys, so please don't forget, share. You may share this to your group chats, your walls, so that we can also start influencing our friends. Because you guys are ahead. We can influence them that, stock market is not that very intimidating after all. Anyone can do it. Right? So right now we're building a skill. So, all right. This used to be a resistance. Okay, so I'd have to say most likely this stock will revisit the MA20 level again. So that's why we had that red candlestick. So it might revisit that area, and let us see if we will successfully bounce once it touches the 32.94 level. But overall, look at that. We're at a very cheap level. So, and then what happened here is that for several months, we're moving on a sideways. It's really moving on a sideways here. So if you'd like to plot that and, want to be very, very conservative, this is the support and this is the resistance at the moment. So if the market breaks the line that we created there, the 32.94, chances are it will touch this level, and somewhere along the way you might have some bounce, like in this area, the 32 pesos area. You might even experience a bounce there because there was a support that accumulated. So if you want, you can even do this. Okay, there you go. So there were several days where you had the price landing at the area and then it bounces every single time. So if this gets broken, most likely the next stop would be the 32 pesos area. Okay, and so that was Shell PH, and that's for you, Romeo. Yeah, Ian, looks like I was able to answer your previous questions. Now for Emerald, I'll check out PNB for you. PNB. Okay, wow. Look at that, guys. We already are. We're at the oversold level. So this could already be the bounce that we have been waiting for. Okay, this one. Oops. So this could be the bounce that we've been waiting for, guys. So look at that. Very steep sell-off that happened from the start of November to this day. Okay, so I think you are right at the good spot right now for PNB. Change show photos and no what about nothing's wrong with the revenue. So it's just the market sentiment. So we're now back in the burr season. I'm sure we'll have a lot of remittances from overseas, so banks will be very attractive again. Okay, so anywhere from where it is at right now to the 36.69 area, I would have to say is already a good entry for PNB. And let's check out. Okay, Vita, SMPH, and PNB. Okay, that was PNB, Ian. So Vita and SMPH. Vita. What is this? Okay, so this is the support that I see. This one, 110. That's the support that I see at the moment. I have a feeling that the price will go back to this area. Okay, and now let us say tomorrow, let's say it ends like that. The next thing you need to do is observe whether you still have the same pattern for your RSI. This is the picture that we want to see, like moving in an upward direction. So I hope that gets sustained. When it does look like that, then chances are it will just, linger in that area for a few days, and then it will continue to go up. The next one is SMPH. Wow, SMPH, good bounce for SMPH. So I would have to say I'll stick to this previous resistance that will now be that will not act as our support. Okay, so this is the support that we see, 39.55. Hopefully it gets sustained though, okay, and give us another wave. But I'd have to say, in terms of risk to reward ratio, this is just really for range trading at the moment, because the highest point is already at 41.87, and so how far is that from where it is at right now? So very minimal. Okay, so if you really want to get in, make sure you get in at the 39.63 level. If it goes further down, make sure before you even click the buy order, you already have set your stop loss. Because just in case, this does not sustain, the next possible area of resistance is here. That's where I see it. Okay, so just in case that we are not able to break that, then at least you won't lose that much. Done with SMPH and PNB. So now it's Emily's request, SSI. Then we go to Swiss Miss, PIP, ACEX, and then ACPH. Okay, so let's go to SSI. Okay. For SSI, we are not safe at the moment because the price landed outside of the Bollinger Band today. So this might give us some more downward movement in the coming days. So what we want to see here is that, let's say it continues to decline and probably reach this level. The reason why I said that is because I see a price accumulating in this area. Okay, so this is the support, the next support that we are going to plot. So this is how we create our support, guys. From where it is at right now, you look downwards while you look to your left. Okay, from down to left, do you see a price where it consolidates and stop at a certain area? So we were able to spot that right away, over here, and some here. Okay, so it might revisit that area, and then once it touches that, what you want to see is something like this. Okay, while the price goes down, something to this effect, we want your RSI to still look like this in an upward direction. Okay, so that's the formation that we want to see. Okay, so the key area to watch out for would be 2.33. Let's go check out PIP. For PIP, okay, PIP is currently consolidating. It might just there. So this used to be a resistance here, Wow, solid support here. over here. So I would have to say there's a big chance that this is currently um, consolidating in the area because it is strengthening the support that we have at the 1.32 level. And then if we continue to see an upward direction in your RSI, then you're good. Look at that. Okay, so if you want to get in, the price to watch out for will be 1.32. The next is, so we're done with BIP, and that's for your Swiss ACEX. Okay, so for those people who have just joined today, please don't forget to subscribe and share this to your trading groups, your wall. Okay, so earlier today, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I drew this today or previous day. This is a support that we've plotted, and then true enough, today we've marked a bounce in the area. So it started at the level where we plotted it at. And I think I already reviewed this earlier. ACEX. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, we plotted it today. So this is the support that we see, guys. 8.60, okay? And we want, let me see. Oh, it's still moving in a downward direction. So if that gets broken, the next area to watch out for is 7.56. Let me go back to your request. ACEPH. ACEPH. Okay. Scary. But you know why? I think we have just created a support in this area. But just be extra careful, just in case it does not sustain. It might really just fill this gap and then it goes up again. Okay? Because we have a gap here. It might revisit that. So just in case it breaks the support that we have created, this is the area to watch out for. There you go. Okay? Hopefully it doesn't go any further down. Your RSI is already giving us a bullish divergence over here. Okay? So that's what we're seeing. 2.42 is the next best area to probably give it to a test buy. So let's check. So that is ACEPH, and that's for you, Swiss. You're welcome, Romeo. Okay, let's add MBT and ISM. MBT, last time we said that we were already sitting at the resistance area. Let's see if it's okay. So this was the resistance, and it actually did some retracement in previous days. Okay, so it's really hard to tell right now. This stock is undecided whether it will go down and rest, or it's just trying to stabilize to build a brand new wave. So this is what I'd like us to do. Let me just go and check the weekly chart first, just to see, an overall picture on where the direction is really heading. Wow, it's taking some time. Let's try to, okay, anyway, let's go back to the daily chart. I don't think, okay, so we're back at the daily chart. So if you want, guys, I'll plot another one here. So for those who really want to be on the safe side, this is the support that we see. This is the resistance that we see here. Okay, as you see, guys, so many C's. Notice you had a resistance here, some consolidation that happened here that became a support, and this also became a support, and also this one. Okay, so that's the reason why I said that on the short-term perspective, this is the support that we see. So if the market gives you a chance at this area, this is the best area to enter at. And then when it reaches this level and you see some signs of weakness, like a bearish candlestick, something like this, and this one too, those are bearish candlesticks, take profit. ISM. ISM still, we're already at the oversold area. Look at that for the past how many weeks, but your RSI is not yet giving us advanced signals that it will in fact retrace or bounce, I mean, because it's still giving us a downward direction. So for those people who may have purchased or entered at a much higher price, this is already way big. The percent decline is already big. So just hang in there and just wait for that bounce. Okay, because definitely this stock will bounce. It's just that it's taking a long time before it gives us that bounce, because probably because they're not fully operational yet. I'm referring to the third telco associated to ISM. Okay, so the third telco that is under the Nisui company. Okay, so just watch out for it, guys. If you would like and you have the extra funds and you believe on the potential of the third telco in the coming years, this is already a discounted price for all of us. Okay. MEG, BPI, and MBT. Ethel, I hope you were able to hear MBT. I'll share to you insights for MEG and BPI. MEG. Okay. This is the support that we would like to plot for MEG. This area. Okay, there you go, guys. So another concept that you can learn from here is the what we call double bottom. When you have, let's say, this area as a support, and then the price revisits that area, what you want to see on your RSI is a direction that is moving in an upward direction. Okay, so let us see now if that's really the case for MEG. Okay, it is moving in an upward direction. Indeed, there you go. Right from this point to this point, we're now the price is giving us bullish signals. So I would have to say, just probably wait for one green candlestick, right? Tomorrow, if the price starts at the 4.35 level and most of the action happens on the upside, then chances are we are already going to bounce. Okay, but again, doesn't happen overnight. Okay, chances are it will even have something like this, probably to this, and then revisit, and then go up. Okay, so that's our assumption. And BPI. For BPI, oh yeah, we talked about this earlier. So I said that there was a price breakdown that happened here, but right away we were able to recover. This is a hammer. This red candlestick is what we call a hammer. When it appears at the support area, then that becomes a sign that we are going to have a bull or reversal or bounce happening. And indeed, we had a green candlestick that happened today. And this is 86.77 was the support area that I plotted because of this. That's our hint. Okay, so your RSI is also giving us some bullish signals there. That's why it bounced. So if you want to give it a try, 86.77 is a good area to start accumulating volume. Notice the significant decline here. So chances are we are really going to bounce. Now, Carol, Alco Tech Fruit. Okay, I'll check that for you. Okay. So this is the support for Alco. Alright. While the stock, so another double bottom. Support and another support over here. So let's see how it looks like in your RSI. How does your RSI behave? Nice move. Okay, so now it's giving us some bullish divergence. While the price revisited the area, your RSI is now gaining momentum. So all we needed to do here is really just have that volume, because the number of trades here is only 11. That's why it takes a long time before it starts to pick up. Okay. Tech. For tech, you're already at the oversold level. Price was going downwards. Let's see. First of all, I plot that. And let's see if the RSI. Nice. RSI is already starting to show some bullish signs. Okay, so I'd have to say you are already at the area of support. Okay, and look at that. You're already at a very cheap level while the price was really heavily moving downwards. Massive sell-off here. Your RSI on the other hand is already giving us bullish signals. But look at that, guys. Since July, okay, since July, so it can potentially happen. You already have bullish signals that is like for 3 or 5 days, but it is also possible that it can continue to decline and still give you bullish signals. So you have some minor bounces there. So those could be the reasons why you had a short-term bullish divergence. But definitely by rule of thumb, when you have a significant decline and then your RSI is already showing bullish signals, then you'll have a possible bounce that will happen soon. Now, so if you want, you can already do test buy over here because it looks like this is already going to bounce. Or you can even wait for one more green candlestick, right, to start in this area and then end here before you get in. There you go. Or wait for it to reach 5.14 so that you can have more bullish momentum there. Okay, we just need volume. Oh, look at that. There's foreign buying. So foreign investors are already seeing the potential of tech in terms of its technical analysis. But again, you have to also check out the news, the fundamentals, see if the income is good. There you go. Okay. Now let's talk about fruit. Very controversial. Okay, so earlier during the halftime, this afternoon I also reviewed fruit, and we said that the declining volume while the price was moving down is already a good sign that it is near the true value for the stock. So I would have to say right at this level, around 140 area would be a good area to try out fruit. For those people who may have already entered anywhere from where it is at right now to this level, I would have to say I think that is already a good area to try out and do some test buy. Okay, but for you guys here, I'm not sure at what point you entered, but if you believe in the fundamentals of fruit, you can either add some more volume, or when it reaches, let's say, up to this level, there's what you call stop. I'll look for the term. Averaging down without having to spend money. So all you needed to do is wait for that, let's say, bounce, and let's say it reaches halfway. Then what you can do is partially sell some of your shares, and then when you see some signs of weakness, let's say in this area, you see a bearish candlestick and you know that it will go down, sell partially. So that will only give you a how much? Let's say you bought it here. That's a 11% loss. That's high, but you won't sell everything. You're just trying to average down. So what do we do with our buying power for the partial shares that you already sold? So because you've seen some signs of weakness at this area, you know that it will decline. So when it reaches downwards here, use the buying power to buy some more shares. That way it will just even out. Instead of having a 2.44 average, and since you bought it right, let's say at 1.70, then your new average price will be lowered down. So that's how you do it. Okay, right. So is this it? Was I able to answer everything for you guys? Okay, you're welcome, Ethel. I hope I was able to answer your questions there or your request. Now, um, let me just go ahead and check out some stocks from the highly traded stocks. Probably you have these on your list, but you were not able to add it. Okay, so we're done with ICT, BDO. Did we talk about Ali? Okay, Ali. Okay, this is the next resistance that I see, guys. You already have a bullish move here. This is what we call a bull run. So chances are you are already nearing the next possible resistance. Okay, so 47.91 is the next possible resistance. Now, if you are already in Ali and you'd like to know where you can take profit, you can partially take profit at that area because we know, okay, at that area, if you see some signs of weakness, let's say tomorrow and in the coming days you have a red candlestick or a candlestick pattern that would signify a weakness, then you can partially sell. Okay, anyway, just make sure you join us in our live again so that when the price hits that level, and then depending on what we see in our indicators, we can make recommendations. We talked about BPI, Fruit, DMC, JFC. We also talked about that. This area is the support that we see, 187.65. Okay, be extra careful with URC because there's a massive sell-off that happened today, although there's a possible support here. Okay, so just watch out. Maybe you can probably have a bounce, but I would have to say I will not get in yet unless we see a green candlestick forming in this area. So if that line gets broken, then chances are it will really go further down, and then we'll see where it could potentially stop. Okay, but wherever it is at right now is a decision making area by tomorrow. Okay, so we talked about AGI as well. It's trying to stabilize, trying to create a support at the level where it is at right now. So if you want to do test buy, you're already at the very cheap level. SM. Did we talk about SM? SM really has been giving us some headache earlier. It's doing the same thing. Okay. So sec B is, we're sitting at the MA20 line. So let's see if it'll bounce tomorrow. Normally when you're moving above the MA20 level, your MA20 becomes your possible area of support. So I will have to observe what happens at that area. Okay, hopefully it gives us another bounce. Okay, so most of these stocks we already have reviewed today. Okay, so I would have to say this is a sign of weakness for MPI. We might see some more downward movements tomorrow. Okay, it might go back here. So be extra careful. If you're interested in MPI, I would have to say maybe we'll have some more downward movements and it will give us a much discounted price at this level. So that's the support. I'll remove this. I don't know when I plotted it. But this is the new support that I see. 4.18. So it will go down and touch that area again. Okay. So I think that is it for tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. And if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to Miss JD, our channel, and click the notification bell so that you get notified. And please share this to your walls, your Facebook page and group chats, so that your friends can also start, investing in the stock market. Okay? Thank you for now, and good night, and you stay safe. Looks like the typhoon will be out by tomorrow. Okay, goodbye for now.